Hey folks, it's lights, camera, and action again. I just got a script for another movie I'm going to act in, and I'm also producing. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. I'll tell you more about it and how you can get involved. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Hey, there's a new movie that's we're going to be starting to film in May. And it's called The Case of the Misfortune Cookie. I've got my script right here. I've got a couple of lines, a couple of parts in there. I'm also working as executive producer of this movie and a location scout. Also, I'm handling some props for the movie as well. Some of the props you can see right here on my desk, like the fedora, the typewriter, and a location, a house. I went over and scouted out a house that needed a craftsman style, so I touched bases with my cousin. Hopefully we can secure that location, at least for the outside and then along the sidewalk. But there's two other locations that the director has planned to possibly film it. How can you guys get involved? Well, let me show you. Here is it's the Case of the Misfortune Cookie. And then this is the name of the movie. This is an AI rendition of the cast and a little bit about the movie. It's going to be filmed primarily in a Chinese restaurant because it's about a fortune cookie, and it's a true story as delivered to our star, Marlon Mason, from her mom. So her mom actually inspired the story. On the back of the card right here, if you guys can see that, is a Venmo code to scan. And then also, I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description for you guys to go and have the opportunity to help fund this movie in any small way, any large way. We don't have much money left to collect, to raise on the Kickstarter event. So we're getting close. We're getting really close. Anyway, that's the information on that. Case of the Misfortune Cookie. So the actors are Stephanie C. Jones. She is a young lady who's been acting in the Valley. In fact, anyone who is a resident of our region that sees the Southern Oregon Subaru commercials, she is the featured actress in those commercials. And if you also remember our movie, The Eve of May, yeah, she was the leading lady in The Eve of May along with the talented Miss Priscilla Quinby. And Eve of May is getting ready to have another viewing. The director will be talking about that later in another show. But right now I want to focus on the Misfortune Cookie. The other actor, I've interviewed him. Well, actually, let's go back. I interviewed Priscilla Quinby and Stephanie C. Jones in this interview with Ray Nomoto Robinson for the Eve of May. I'm going to go ahead and leave links down below in the description so you guys can see that whole episode, the personal interview I did. Now, as far as Clive Rosengren, he's an author of these books. I interviewed him about his books that he's written. He's done another one. I still have to go on Amazon and buy it. I'll go ahead and leave a link to his books that he wrote down and below in the description, so you guys have an opportunity to purchase. These are really good. He's a really good storyteller. He's an actor, and you guys might know him or seen him previously if you've watched Ed Wood starring Johnny Depp. Well, Clive Rosengren was featured in that movie, acting aside Johnny Depp in Ed Wood. He has also acted in the TV sitcom Cheers. Now, his character, he played a retired baseball umpire, And of course, Ted Danson's character was a former baseball player. And so the story goes that Ted Danson's character got thrown out of his own bar by Clive Rosengren. And it was funny. I'll go ahead and leave a link down in below in the description to that scene from Cheers where Clive throws Ted Danson out of the bar. Anyway, he's our leading man. Now, the leading lady is none other than my friend Marlon Mason. Now, Marlon has been in several productions for local film, and she lives right here in Medford, Oregon. She starred in a Tony winning Broadway play called How Now Down Jones. She's also a recording artist, and with that, she went from Broadway straight to the film studio to film and play leading lady with Elvis Presley in The Trouble with Girls. Yes, she's only one of 3 women who have ever recorded a duet with Elvis. Now, I've interviewed Marlon 3 times. I've interviewed her and Ray about her movies that she has done. I interviewed her again for this book. What is it? Hogans Heroes. I went down and I met the author of Hogans Heroes, and I recorded the thing. So in that one, you don't want to miss that one, because the author and Marlon Mason and Clive Rosengren are all in that feature that I interviewed. Marlon was written about in Hogans Heroes because she was in 2 episodes of Hogans Heroes. She was featured in the last final episode. Just a side note, while I had the books, before I had Marlon autograph her copy, my son was friends with this lady. This is Victoria Vetri. She is a actress, TV actress. She's been in several episodic TV shows and movies. And she was also Playboy Bunny and Playboy Bunny of the Year. And because she was Playboy Bunny of the Year, Hugh Hefner gifted her an AMC AMX, the pink car. So now I also sat down and I was able to talk with her and also talk with Mark, who is the current owner and the restorer of the AMC AMX. So here's a picture of both of us, both Mark and Victoria, in an interview with me. We never recorded that interview. It was all done privately, but I can show the picture. That's the least I can do. At least I got the book autographed. I got a copy for her. I still got to send to her. That was autographed by the writer of the book, Marlon Mason, and her. And then the books I took 3 books, so I've got 3 books autographed by all 3 people. So that was neat. It's rare, really rare. Anyway, Case of the Misfortune Cookie. It's a new movie that's coming up. We begin filming May 18th. A couple of other movies I've been working on. I just became executive producer of another feature movie. It's a period western called Run, Honey, Run. It's written and directed by the same people who did Timberlands, a show which I acted in with Ray No Motor Robinson, and the legendary Wes Studi, Owen Crowshoe. He's on Kevin Costner's episodic movie Horizons. An American Saga, and one of my favorite Hallmark movies was led by this leading lady, was Mrs. Hanson, or Miss Hanson. No relation, but yeah, it was a hoot to act with her and the other 2 gentlemen and do that scene. So Timberlands is waiting to find a place in a film festival, because that's where the main producer wants it to air first. They want their world premiere at a movie a film festival, international film festival. So we're waiting on that. They're looking for a place, and so those are the movies I'm working on right now. Well, that's all that I have to say to bring you guys up to date and current. Like I said, I did several interviews with Marlon. One of the final interviews I did was actually me and her in a garden at her home talking about her gardening. Yeah, just simple, down to earth, behind the scenes, what she does for fun, besides making movies. Well, I'm Jerry Hansen, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Please stay tuned to more videos, and don't forget to check out those links down below in the description. And if you will, if you can, check out a way of clicking that link and then seeing if you guys can contribute a little bit to the movie we're doing. Case of the Misfortune Cookie. Be safe, always be kind. I'll see you guys in my next adventure. Bye-bye now.